Boy Ward, the atmosphere changer. Nipsey Hussle said, stay dangerous. What did he mean by that? To stay dangerous is an attitude. It's to always be pushing forward, trying to do your best, taking what life gives you and making the best of it. And not just taking what life giving you, but actually causing an effect. You know, we all heard cause and effect. But attitude is about causing an effect. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. And that is attitude. Attitude is the third of the five elements of a successful life: purpose, vision, attitude, discipline, and decision. And I put attitude in the middle for a reason. Attitude is the connector. It's the connector to discipline and decision. If you don't have the right attitude, you will not connect. I'm sorry, vision and discipline. Attitude is the connector of vision and discipline. If you don't have the right attitude, you will not connect them. Attitude plays a major part in everything we do. I was at this job, right, as a exterminator, and I was only supposed to do 12 units, but when I got there, it was 24, double that. It was already gonna take me 2 hours, so that meant it was gonna probably take me almost 4. And at first I was heated. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I was heated. I was like, this is some bull crap, because I knew I wasn't gonna get the money. The money was already not enough. The money was already for an hour, right? But I was going to be there 2 hours. So because it was 24, of course I added extra pay, but it was still only another hour's worth of, of pay. But I knew I was going to be there almost 4 hours. So at first I was I was heated at first, but I caught myself. I caught myself having a crappy attitude. And I said, okay, Mark, either you're going to learn something from this or you're going to become better for it. But something good is going to happen because of this. I wasn't for sure what was going to happen, but what I did know was that if I had a crappy attitude, it was going to reflect me. It was going to come back to me. So once I changed my attitude, once I changed my thoughts, because that's really what it was, I changed my thoughts. And once I changed my thoughts, I felt better about it. I was no longer angry. It made it so much easier. There was a young lady. She was she has 2 kids, 2 different fathers, and she's kind of bitter about it. Now, she won't say she's bitter, but she's bitter. How I know she's bitter is because she's constantly bad-mouthing those 2 fathers. Talk about what they don't do. Now, here's the thing. Both of them, neither one of them pay child support right, like they supposed to. Neither one of them spend the time they should with their children, with their sons. And I'm listening to her, right? And I didn't say it, but I wanted to say, like, well, you know, you're the common denominator. You're the common denominator. You keep picking these same type of men. Maybe if you change your attitude, you'll get the right type of man. Now, changing her attitude don't mean she's going to change her attitude. Don't mean that those two fathers are going to do right by their children. But if she changed her attitude, it'll change the type of men that she attract, because that's the type of men she was attracting. Now, I didn't tell her that because I know she don't want to hear that. Most people don't want to hear they're the problem. Instead, they want to hear it's not your fault. You know, what's that? Encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemy. That's when you're trying to influence somebody. But that's what people like. They want you to justify, they want you to justify their wrongdoings. They want you to lay their fears. They want you to help them throw rocks at their enemy. That's fine if you're trying to influence someone, but if you're trying to better someone or better yourself, you have to have the right attitude. It's always about the attitude. Like I said, attitude is the connector. We all have heard that saying, your attitude determines your altitude. I didn't believe that. I did not believe that when I was early in my career as a exterminator. I just felt like I wasn't gonna make no money. When I say that, I'm talking about enough money to take care of. At the time, I had 7 children. Everybody grown now, thank you, Jesus. But they wasn't at that time. And the thing about being an exterminator, you get paid by the job. And I started out with having that attitude of, I'm doing 8 hours, and that's it. I'm doing 8 hours. However many jobs I can do in that 8, that's it. And most of the time, I did 10 jobs, right? Now, at that time, I think 10 jobs a week, it was like $50,000, right? That's what it came to, about $50,000 a year. And I kept saying, I want more money. I want more money. And this guy, old guy who had been doing the job for 40 years, he said, he whispered to me, he said, do more work. I'm like, what? He said, do more work. You want to raise, do more work. We get paid by the job. I said, all right. So I started doing 3, my goal was to do 13 a day, right? That was the goal. And my attitude sucked about it. I didn't want to do it. But once I started doing it, it only took me an extra 45 minutes to an hour a day. That's it. But what it did, it took my income from $50,000 to $74,000 for 45 minutes or an extra hour a day. That extra income was 7 children. That little about 23, 24 extra $1,000, it made a big difference. It made a huge difference. But it started with my attitude. If you got the right attitude about anything, you can win. You can win. The 5 elements of a successful life: purpose, vision, attitude, discipline, and decision. It starts with decision. It starts with decision. If you make a decision and you be disciplined and you have the right attitude, you'll have a crystal clear vision. And if you have a crystal clear vision, it will lead you directly to your purpose. Attitude is in the middle for a reason. It is the connector. It is the connector to purpose and vision and discipline and decision. Attitude connects those. Discipline and decision, vision and purpose. And your attitude is the connector. So you have to have the right attitude. I'm going to stop this live stream right here. I'm your boy Ward, the Atmosphere Changer. If you want more of the 5 elements of a successful life, ring the bell, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.